Hey, good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge, Georgia, from Blue Jeans Pizza. Yes, I'm getting all set up. We have a big morning in front of us. A lot going on. I'm your host, BKP, and Dr. William Whaley is here for 8:15 Ask the Doc. At 9 o'clock, our all-star political panel. At 9:40, we're going to do a brief high school football, Friday night high school football update. What's going on with Team FYN Sports, Director of Team FYN Sports, Jason Banks, is going to be with us. And then at 9:50, we'll be, I'm trying to make some changes here at the last minute. At 9:50, we will have our Pet of the Week from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge. Again, thank you for being with us this Friday morning. Beautiful downtown Blue Ridge, Blue Jeans Pizza. Nice cool morning in Blue Ridge. Long sleeve weather, but beautiful fall weather. You got to come up and spend the weekend with us. We're getting ready for so many festivals. We have Arts in the Park this weekend up here in Blue Ridge. Down in LJ, about 12 miles south of here, we've got the Apple Festival going on, and that's where Sam's at. You'll be able to find us at Arts in the Park. We'll be there, Fetch Your News, but we'll have a booth set up at the Apple Festival. You can come by downtown at the Apple Festival for the next 2 weekends and say hello to everybody from FetchYourNews.com. There'll be different times that Sam will be there. You can say hello to Sam. Richie will be there. Lonnie will be there. Rose will be there. Lisa will be there. I will be there. No telling who else. Maybe somebody from the All-Star panel will show up, but that's coming up. You got all of these. You know, Penn State is right there. They're number 3. Sorry, I know. Penn State's number 3. Who would have thought that? Cubs win a big one last night. Now, I figured it out. The Cubs won last night, and the Yankees won the night before because of the cigar. I got to explain later. I will get, when Rick gets on from the All-Star panel, we will discuss that. We will have the Cub fan. I know Nationals are out there. Fans are just like heartbroken over last night. But the Cubs advanced. Cubs and the Dodgers over there in the National League, and then the Yankees and the Astros, although I still cannot figure out, I can't get a grip on Houston Astros in the American League, but still yet, Yankees, Astros, Dodgers, Cubs. There you go. NLCS, ALCS. That starts tonight, the Yankees. So we're going to talk about that with the Cub fan on our all-star political panel. At 8:45, we're going to have Congressman Doug Collins. I want to ask Congressman Doug Collins, here's what I want to do. So I want you to tune in at 8:45, right after Ask the Doc, okay? I want you to tune in and listen to Congressman Doug Collins. And I like to have him on here once or twice a month. He comes on the show. I like to have him on and just let him tell us what's happening in Congress, because we can't expect the media to tell us what's happening in Congress, because, you know, just yesterday, MSNBC is doing everything they can to take the President of the United States down, doing everything in their power to try to end this president. And his West Wing is always in turmoil to hear them say it. Well, you know, they have worked on 2 weeks of, the moron story with MSNBC. That's all we heard for 2 weeks is moron. And then we go into, they want to tell you that sources say that Trump wanted to increase our nuclear capacity tenfold. Well, General Mattis came out and said that didn't happen in the meeting. So that didn't happen. That's the Secretary of Defense. So we got the Secretary of State saying, hey, I didn't call the guy a moron. They're saying he didn't deny it, but he said he's not getting into that. He said, hey, I'm not getting into that. I'm not quitting. I'm not leaving. Okay, that's what he said. Then the tenfold nuclear arsenal buildup that Trump requested, Secretary of Defense said that didn't happen. And then yesterday they're working day and night to try to see if they can get John Kelly, that's the Chief of Staff, General John Kelly, to quit. So he comes out yesterday and says, I'm not going anywhere. This is where I work. I'm here to do my job. I don't know where you guys keep getting your information. So At 8:45, stay with us. At 8:45, we're going to have Congressman Doug Collins in here. And Congressman Doug Collins, we're just going to let him, give him the opportunity to tell us what is going on in Congress, what is happening, good or bad, that we do not hear on a daily basis. So that's 8:45. Congressman Doug Collins will be with us. We're going to find out, there's a couple things we're going to talk to the All-Star Political Panel, but today, I'm pretty sure, is the decision of Trump making the decision whether to continue to stay in the Iran nuclear deal, the worst deal ever. So that's today. CSR payments are ending. You're going to hear this all day long. If Congress could not repeal Obamacare, President Donald Trump will. I don't know about you, but I love seeing Rand Paul next to the president. Okay? I tell you, if I just had some staff that went through all of our stuff here on the show and clipped out what we play and go over throughout the week. All right? You remember when President Trump went and played golf? I told you that day when they went and played golf, I told you, President Trump likes this guy. He likes this guy. The media pushed and pushed and pushed for Rand Paul to go negative on President Trump. Rand Paul did not go negative on Trump. I told you he liked this guy. Yesterday they ended what you're going to hear, CRS reduction. You're going to hear what President Donald Trump did hurt you, the poor, maybe not you, but the poorest segment of our country. The people, his voters, his loyal supporters is who it hurt the most. CSR, I keep saying CRS, but CSR payments, cost sharing reduction, okay? A discount that lowers the amount you have to pay for deductibles, co-payments, and co-insurance in the health insurance marketplace. Cost-sharing reductions are often called extra savings. If you qualify, you must enroll in a plan in the silver category and get extra savings. Cost-sharing reduction. We're going to talk about that with the All-Star panel. Have we forgotten that Congress is the one that legislates or has the purse strings, and Congress won a lawsuit saying Obama never was able to legally make these payments in court? They won because they were never authorized by Congress. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that with Congressman Doug Collins. Before we get in, John Kelly, we told you he's not quitting. Tax reform, tax reform, what's going to happen there? Now, I asked yesterday a question. I asked a big question yesterday on, do you think the First Amendment protects the media's right to lie to the American people? Now, obviously, the First Amendment protects your right to lie, whether you like that or not. If somebody wants to sit here and tell a lie, I guess they have the right to do that. Okay, the First Amendment protects the right to say pretty much whatever you want, but it's just like freedom. Some freedom, it's okay until I infringe on your freedom. And that being said, when you go to court and you take an oath, there's still a such thing as perjury. There's still a such thing as, you're not supposed to lie under oath. And I'm not saying that's exactly what it is, but is there a side of the media that they kindly take an unofficial oath, or they kind of take, a direction, they're supposed to take a direction to deliver you accurate information? So I don't know, what do you think, how far does the First Amendment protect your freedom of speech? And I know you're saying out there, well, wait a minute, that's a confusing question. I'm just saying, when you've got General Kelly coming out and you've got MSNBC lying and Joe Scarborough lying and all of them trying to determine the ability for the president and to maintain office, I don't know. I'm questioning that. I really am. Tax reform, where do we stand? The Iranian deal, where do we stand? We're going to talk about so many things with the All-Star panel. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from beautiful downtown Blue Ridge, Blue Jeans Pizza. I love it in here. I love the smell of pizza in the morning in Blue Ridge, Georgia. We don't get to hear the train whistle. We can hear it inside here around 9. We can still hear the train whistle across the street. We can still see Sycamore Crossing. We can still see our friends over at Tupelo Tea, New Blue Home and Gift, the Broken Bull. We can still see all of our friends over there, Kinty, the Peruvian store, but we are inside. I got all of these behind me. But the one I really am highlighting is Penn State this morning. Ask the Doc is coming up right after this with Dr. William Whaley. And then don't forget at 8:45, Congressman Doug Collins. We're going to take a break and get the Doc in here right now. Richie, take us to break.